So good morning. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Sebastian. Thank you for being here. This is a Lile online language community. This is a writing practice, and the topic today is a story. My name is Cruz Maria Piedrahita Frias, and today is Wednesday, May 12th, 2021. Sebastian, if you have any questions, you don't hesitate to ask. If for some reason gets a little bit confused, I can always switch in Spanish if you prefer to. So no problem at all with me. So I just welcome to the session, and I hope that you can enjoy and learn some information and something that you might probably use in the future, speaking and writing activities that you may do, okay? Okay, so we'll start just looking at these pictures, and part of the start this session, it will be let's make up story. Let's make up story, right? So you're going to see the different scenes on the screen and tell me a story about that. What, just guessing.
Do I create a story?
Yes, a story. Yeah, that's
Oh,
another word to say.
okay. And once upon time, there was a group of elephants,
Mhm.
and there were a group of elephants, and there was a special elephant that has a different color, and the rest of the animals, ¿cómo se dice? Reírse,
Laugh,
laugh
laugh.
at the elephant. So the elephant was so sad and depressive, but later he discovered that it was just a pintura, paint. It was just paint, and later the animals loved the elephant so much, and everybody were friends.
Mhm.
The end.
Okay. Um, Thank you for your participation. That was very good. When you were speaking, I just noticed you used um, past, verb tense, and just probably sometimes you can use more verb tense, even continuous or something to add more like a present perfect that you more enjoy your story, okay? Besides that, you also use adjectives, and it's really good. The adjectives really help us to describe things. Are you agree or disagree?
I agree, teacher.
It really helps, right? Do you have any question about this? You kind of can guess that was what are we going to talk today, right? A story. And maybe you would like to, at the end, would just write a short story, okay? So let's start with our activity. What is something that I like to do? It's some um, activities that you can do it online, and I just share the link, and I give you also the permission that you can use my screen. Okay, so you're doing it at the same time and both can see. Is that okay? That sounds okay to you?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, so this uh, activity, it's more related when you're writing what you should think about using paragraph, what should using different verb tense, right? You can use, can you use contraction or not? Can you use direct, indirect speech? things like that. It's more kind of to give you some tips when to, yeah. It's no kind of like you feel, oh, it's something I can do. You can do it, okay? So whenever, let me just give you, okay? I give you ready that you can share your screen with us, if you don't mind, Sebastian. So you click on that link. Okay. Oh, you already started.
Teacher, these are the questions.
Yes, you should divide your story into clear paragraphs. It is true or false. Yeah, submit the answer. Yes. Okay, very good. Next question, down, go down. So yeah, next. What is the next question? In English,
We normally write stories using present tenses.
is it true or false?
Oh, it's false.
Yes,
It was
remember I
false.
was telling you, oh, you can use different verb, yeah. Right, okay. Is it a good idea to use direct speech? Go away to make your story more interesting?
I
Okay,
don't know, teacher.
yeah,
Maybe.
it sure it gets more, yes. Yes, it does. Okay, next question. What, do you want to read this question?
When characters in the story speak, you should use inverted commas.
Is it true or false?
Um,
Is it true? Yeah, it was
it's true or false?
true. It's true. Yeah, right. Yeah. In, because otherwise it will be so plain. It's you probably will hard to for the reader to understand or see actually who's speaking, right?
You shouldn't use humor in a story.
Humor, humor in
Humor,
it.
humor in a story. Um,
Yeah,
false.
false. Very good. Mhm.
The reader of your story will enjoy a surprising or funny ending. And yes,
Yes.
true.
Okay. Can be the result. Okay.
A certificate.
Good job. Okay. I might now get okay. How did it go? What do you think about the questions?
Well, there were interesting questions, but um, some questions were something difficult
Do you think why were difficult?
because I didn't know some grammatical rules like the
Oh,
commas.
okay. Would it's probably when you move in a little bit more kind of far in English, you would if realize, and it's very interesting, and probably because I guess right now you might be like reading, right? In English, some little books, something like that, and it's for sure it gets a different uh like how can I say, like motivation to the people, like get the reader, right? And as I said, if you don't use that, what happens, the people that is reading, they don't know, they will be hard kind of to figure out who actually is speaking. If you have one more, like two or three characters, right? But it's, yeah, it's something that we learn every day, okay? It's
Okay.
good for you to try. Awesome, that was good. Okay, so for the next activity, we're gonna have the reading activity. And I invite you to read this first, the exam question.
Okay. Exam question. Write a story with the title
Title,
title. The English exam. You should use a variety of tenses, and your story must be between 180 and 220 words.
okay, good. You got that, right? So what we're gonna do, we're going to read. You're going to read one paragraph, then I will be reading the next. And okay, does it sound good to you?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, good. Okay, so you can start now.
Okay. The English exam. Dimitri woke up at 7 a.m. He had been chatting with a friend on the computer until nearly midnight. The previous night, so he was feeling quite tired, but also
Rather,
nervous because it was the day of an important English exam at school. Dimitri had been studying very hard for this exam for the previous 2 weeks, so he thought he had a good chance of passing it.
okay, very good. While Dimitri was traveling to school on the bus, he remembered that he had forgotten to take his wallet with him, so he didn't have any money to buy lunch. Just after this, his friend Lucas got on the bus.
Teacher, I have a question.
Sure.
What is the meaning of radar?
Which one?
In the first paragraph.
Como preferir.
Okay.
Okay? That's kind of the translation.
Okay. Can I borrow some money, Lucas?
Como que se
Asked.
sentía. Ujú.
Can I borrow some money, Lucas? Asked Dimitri. Sure, no problem, replied Lucas. Here you go.
The two boys did the English exam while they were having lunch. Dimitri asked Lucas if he thought the exam had been difficult. Lucas smiled and picked up the slice of chocolate cake that he was eating.
It was so easy. It was a piece of cake, said Lucas, smiling.
Okay. So what do you notice in here while you were reading, when you were reading?
And what did I understand, teacher?
Uh, you notice, que notaste? What did you notice? What can you see? There's some colors here. They're trying to focus and telling us something.
And maybe the tenses.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's take, for example, the first one. What do you think
The,
about that? Dimitri woke up.
the first one is past,
Okay, what
past
about the
simple.
next one? He had been chatting. Charlie,
This is past perfect.
past perfect what?
Past perfect continuous.
Yes, very good. What about the next one? He was feeling.
This is past continuous.
Okay, very good, very good. What do you think is the blue? This blue. Borrow some
Mm,
money, Lucas? Ask Dimitri.
it's like a petition with a modal verb.
Okay, very good. What else can be?
In past simple because there is a verb with ed.
Yes. Good job. And you know what else? That's a direct speech because Dimit, right? Direct, indirect, right? Who's asking, who's talking? Now you see why does, you see here, this contract, like, right? Those commas here, they cannot, the phrase is between, and that's what you were saying. Oh, I don't understand. It's new for me. Right?
All right.
So yeah, so the next one, it will be Dimitri asked Lucas if he bought the exam. He thought the exam has been difficult. Okay, what do you think? What are the tones?
Maybe indirect speech.
Okay, so the first, that one, Dimitri asked, right? By the way, he thought that the exam had been difficult. Lucas smiled, right? So he asked directly. So probably the other ones could be what? Actually, it's one and seeing, I wasn't, what I said before, it wasn't true. Can I borrow some money, Lucas? Right? That would be indirect speech, right? And this one at the bottom, because he asked, right? There is no, it's different. What do you think? What is the mean? It was a piece of cake.
It's a how can I say?
An
It's
expression?
idiom. It's an idiom
Yeah, it's an expression. Yeah.
to
To say
say
what?
that something is very easy.
Okay. Sounds good. Do you have any question?
Um, no, teacher. How can I say inicio, nudo y desenlace?
Pardon me?
How can I say inicio, nudo y desenlace?
Or in a plot on a story, what you do is I don't have this vocabulary with me, but for sure I will send it to you. Okay, but we usually use the beginning, middle, and conclusion. Okay,
Okay.
it's part of our writing, and it's kind of applies always uh, for the even if you're doing you're writing a report or you're writing I could be an email, right? A letter, and now a story. It's the speech changed a little bit because it's not as formal. Probably should writing a letter is different, right? Because this one is a story. You can kind of use different. It depends about your style. Okay, but it's beginning, middle, and conclusion. But for a specific story, it has a different. It's a plot, right? Because you get the climax. It's kind of like a roller coaster. It's. I had it. I will send it to you. Okay. Thank you for asking me that. Okay. The next activity that we have here is choose the correct option to complete sentences. So this activity, it will be more related to comprehension about what's just the reading, okay? And there you go. So you will click on the link, and if you don't mind to share the screen with us, I would really appreciate. Thank you.
Teacher, do I share my screen?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Okay. Read the sentences and you will, yeah. Mhm. Lucas thought the exam was Lucas. Okay, very good. Yeah, it was a piece of cake. He felt, yeah, tired, right? Mhm, very good. Okay. How was it? How did it go?
Well, teacher, it was like a reading comprehension because the exam was about the reading.
Mhm. Yeah, good job. Yeah. Okay, so part of that, doing these activities for sure, it gives a better understanding, right? And before we move on to the next activity, I just kind of give you some idea that you're going to find some sentences that is about past perfect, right? Present perfect is present have, but for past, we had the usually auxiliary verb, right? And as a main verb, use the past participle. So is past is just had, right? Have you eaten yet?
Yes, teacher. Where could I use already in this past perfect?
Okay, it would be have have or already is something that probably you had done, right? So it could be you had stopped already because it's talking about time. Okay, have you met Julian already? Right? That's probably is one another sentence. And probably for past perfect, continue. What do you think is going to be? If you have past perfect and you had a formula, and remember, whether you, what was your idea? Past perfect, continue.
Um, the structure.
Yes.
Okay, and subject, more auxiliary had in past had, more verb,
Last.
more eng.
Yeah. Sounds good. Look at this. You're correct. Yeah. The subject, auxiliary verb, plus another auxiliary verb, right? It's that kind of the perfect. And then the ing. I had been working, right? I've been playing. Have you been drinking? Had you been drinking?
Water, yes.
Okay. I had been drinking water, right? Lots of water. Okay, thank you. Any question about that?
No, teacher, always clear.
Like part of sometimes it could be a little bit tricky, kind of when you're using the adverbs, right? Because it's you have different adverbs. It's time, right? Place, and it's depending what it's describing. That's what when you say where can I put already? Okay, but already can be even after or before the verb. That's kind of the hint that I can give it to you that you can use it sometime. Okay,
Okay,
Sebastian?
teacher.
Okay, so we have another activity. For this activity, it's very important that you pay attention while you hearing and then you type. Think about, is it a past, is past perfect or past participle. Okay, continue. Okay, they're different. So it's kind of more like practicing. Something that I like to do is you guys at least have a chance kind of to be in context like that you can use it for sure. So anytime when you're ready, you can click and share your screen with us. Thank you. Okay, something that start and continue until a time in the past. So we're talking about past perfect continuous. Go ahead. Oh. Would you mind to check if you can share the sound with us? We can't. Mhm. Just keep enter, right?
Where, teacher?
You just enter, yeah, with your computer. Yeah. Okay. Past continuous.
No, teacher, I don't understand this.
Okay, yes, and you know what? It happened with my previous encounter because it's the same word. This, would you mind to share the sound with us? Go to the top and probably the big options and share the sound. Yeah.
The sun was shining and the birds were singing.
Okay, the sun, right? Sun, the sun was shining, right? Sun, outside, the sun, yeah, was shining.
The sun was shining and the birds were singing.
Okay, because this one is a British, it's not double N, it's just one N, okay? Shining, okay. Very good.
The sun was shining and the birds were singing. The sun was shining and the birds were singing.
Okay, and, right, because there's two sentences there. And the birds, right? Birds. Okay, so what happened is it plural? Okay, try now.
The sun was shining and the birds were singing.
Okay, enter.
I was having a shower when she called.
Okay, an action that was in process when there was an interruption. Past continue, continuous, and past simple.
I was having a shower when she called. I was having a shower when she called. I was having a shower when she called. I was having a shower when she called.
I was having, right?
I was having a shower when you come.
When,
When you,
no, hit it, try it again. Yeah,
I was having a shower when she called.
when she,
I was having a shower when she called.
right? Cold, cold, phone, like call, C-A-L-E-D, right? I was having a shower when,
I was having a shower when she called.
okay,
I was having a shower when she called. She had seen that boy somewhere before.
complete action before a time in the past. Past perfect.
She had seen that boy somewhere before. She had seen that boy somewhere before.
She had
She had seen
seen,
that boy somewhere before.
right? Seen. She had seen.
She had seen that boy somewhere before.
Mm-hmm.
She had seen that boy somewhere before.
That boy.
She had seen that boy somewhere before.
Yeah, good job.
I saw that film last week. I saw that film last week.
Past simple, a finished action at a specific time in the past.
I saw that film last week. I saw that film last week.
I what?
I saw.
I
I saw that film last week.
That film,
that
film,
what?
film, yeah. When? Last. Let's
I
see.
saw that film last week.
Yeah. Oh, I think it's that. Yeah.
The sun was shining and the birds were singing.
Yeah. I think, yeah, You're done. That one is going to start again. Yeah. What do you think about that?
Well, ¿cómo se dice acento? Accent.
Accent?
The accent was British,
Mhm.
and I used to talk in American accent,
Okay.
but it's interesting to know the different accents of the English.
Yes. And even when you meet people from other countries as well, let's say from Africa, from India, or from China, it's different, and kind of how you pay attention to actually kind of to understand what they're saying, because the accent, it's influenced a little bit the way that we perceive things, right? And we're not sure, but sometimes, now that you mention this, it's kind of good to try sometimes to check the news, like UK news, things like that, or from Europe. In that way, you get used to different accents.
Oh yes, teacher, it's like in the Spanish, because there are different regions where we talk in a different way the Spanish. For example, here in Pasto, we talk a little bit slow, the
Okay.
Spanish. For that reason, I speak the English slow.
Okay. So for me, because I'm more from the coast, we speak fast, right?
Exactly.
And you get that. You said that mother, yeah, like we had that. So sometimes to me, and like, okay, I had to slow down, right? And because I'm working whole day, I'm speaking in English, it makes us like, to me, kind of, okay, just keep it going. And sometimes just we forget about that. Okay, but it's, yeah, for sure. Thank you. That was a good activity. For sure, it's the different verb tense when you're writing. That's what it is. It's, you can use, I'm going to share this. That's another activity. Okay. Again, trying just to understand when is an action is being done, or is it still going, or had been in progress. Okay. So you click on that and try to that activity. Do you have any question?
And no, teacher.
Okay. Okay, complete the sentence. We decide to stop and rest our legs as we walk all day. So something that had, right? Oh, and what is the, okay, read at the next one. After breakfast, Tim down to the garden to get some fresh air. Had, yeah. I tried to open the door, but someone had from the inside. Okay. Next. Sometimes it could be a different verb tense, okay? You have I in Italy when I first met her. Yeah, right. It makes you think. It doesn't make sense, yes or no, right?
No, teacher.
Okay, okay, try that one. Very good. Was, okay. Can you read it now? I was traveling.
I was traveling in Italy when I first meet her.
Okay, met her. Doesn't make sense.
Yes.
It
And
does. Okay.
it 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 was raining
Softly. Mhm,
and people were starting to put up their umbrellas.
mhm. Very good. Hey, he looked again at the open door in the old half-broken steps. His
And
mother,
what is the meaning of half broken steps?
half-broken is kind of the stairs. Okay, so it's because if you read at the end, he'd not go near the house. And he said it's an old house. So it means half-broken steps, probably the stairs were a little bit, weren't safe, right? So when you're trying to move, going upstairs, those steps were a little bit, yeah, loosey.
Yeah, like noisy.
Yes. Mhm.
His mother had a
Okay, one. So what would be warned? Yeah. Okay. Okay. Very good. It didn't take you long, but that's good. That's a understanding. Yeah, the sentences, right? It's kind of to read and see. Okay. It really helps also when you're writing, right? It's writing is sometimes a little bit tough because if you had writing an essay or a report, it's a different language, right? And put all those sentences together, it's a little bit hard. But know had that concept, knowing that you can for sure use them in practice, in your writing. Very good. Okay, so we're getting to the end, to an end. So have you taken an exam recently? How did it go? Do you like writing a story?
okay, teacher.
The words.
For the first question,
Yeah,
yes, I have taken an exam. It's the ICFES.
okay. How did it go?
Well, I think not so good because from I had 8 out of 100, 80,
Okay.
80, 80 de 100.
Or 80%. Okay, you got the 80% of, okay.
Yes, that was, but I think that it was not perfect because those readings were so easy.
Weren't.
Uh, no, teacher, were.
Oh, they were easy. Oh,
Yes,
okay.
but I think that I couldn't understand very well. I think I need to improve my reading comprehension because I understood the vocabulary of the reading,
Okay.
but
It's,
yeah,
well, do you know what? I agree with you in a way. Reading comprehension, it has been like a big thing, right? because it depends. Sometimes there are 3 different steps to do the reading, right? You just scan and go through, but then you go to a second reading, and then you find what is the actually meaning behind. And that's when you have your critical thinking, right? To put like in place, right? And sometimes it's a little bit hard in the school kind of to get to the point, because you need time for that, to get to like have debates, and that's the way kind of you get in. It depends also, do you like to read? Do you read a lot?
Um, so teacher.
Okay, so you have to think about that, because it's what happened in Spanish, it will influence the way you also do it in English, right? And it's kind of, yeah, we need that. We need kind of, for sure, we need to improve that reading comprehension part, to find the real meaning behind the words.
Oh, yes, teacher. And later, I did another exam about a certificate of English
Okay,
at
how
my
did it
school.
go?
Yeah, my English level was B1.
Okay, that was good. Awesome. Okay, so do you know what? Sometimes depend how motivated you feel. That really also, yeah.
Yeah, teacher. I think that in the ICFES, I felt something nervous and scared.
Okay. Yeah, when you're thinking about exam, for sure, right? It put that in the position. Yeah, I remember those years. Would you mind to send me your email through the chat, so I will share a document that you might kind of able to,
Oh,
you
of
can
course, teacher.
you can access to the. So the next good, thank you for, okay, so do you like writing stories,
Mm,
Sebastian?
Well, teacher, I don't remember the last time that I wrote a story.
Okay, so, well, today we're just going to practice a little bit. Choose one of the titles below. You should use a variety of tenses in your story. The English exam, the mysterious stranger, my lucky day.
Mm, the
And
the English exam.
okay. Oh yeah, because when you have experienced that, right? It gives you more something to talk. So everything that you went through. Okay, and so I have the document here, and I'm going to share it with you. Okay, I'm going to send you the link right now. And okay, you should be able to receive. Tell me when you receive it, so I can kind of give you the permission to, that you can write a little bit, kind of thinking about your experience using variety of verb, the tenses as well, in clear paragraph. Also, I will give you some here. Your tips for writing a story. The title of a story is important in every case, because it's what attracts your reader to your story and gives them a feel of what it is about. Another tip is keep it simple. In the case of a short story, you're expected to have an introduction, a middle, and a conclusion. Include an important message before you start writing. Think of a cause that is important to you and introduce it in the form of a story to add to the beauty of the process. And last one, maintain a flow. Your state of mind is reflected in your writing, and it's more apparent than you think. Did you get it? Hello?
Yes, I got it, teacher.
Did you ask for the permission? Did you request?
Which one, teacher? I don't know what.
It's I just sent you the link. I didn't write it down.
To my email?
Yes.
Oh, hold on a moment, teacher. I'm going to check.
Just no. Yeah, because I decided to do it like different. In that way, I can give the feedback to the other student. Oh, it seems that you're here, right? Okay, awesome. Let's share. So whenever you're ready, just tell us a little bit. How did it go? How were you? How do you feel that day? Okay. Remember to use different tenses. It was once upon a time, or I remember, right? It's okay. Do not fix it, because sometimes when we kind of stop that, it's the flow, what you were thinking, you might forget, right? So you can proofread before and fix stuff. Yeah, going through that, and for sure.
Teacher, is it right?
It's,
The
you know
way?
what? Don't worry. What are you going to do? Our session has finished today. However, I want you to finish that writing so I can give you some feedback. Okay, part of writing is to write about anything. It's kind of desperation. And to get those sentences, the more that we use them, they kind of be memorized and we know the order. Okay, so I want you to finish that so I will give you some feedback. And yes, I just would like you to thank you for attending to my session. There were supposed to be more people in here today, but they couldn't make it. And I'm glad you were here to enjoy the session. Something that you would like to say or something you would like to add to this session?
Well, the session was interesting because you explained it in a kind and nice way. For that reason, I could understand some tips about the stories and writing. And thank you very much.
Okay, you're very welcome. And I hope I can I can have you again in my classes. However, I think it's just more session to go. But in the meantime, I suggest you to keep practice your English. That's very good. And also kind of to listen different news, okay, like radio from different countries. So you get your like listening skill a little bit more aware, okay?
Okay, teacher.
To for basic. Okay, you have a good day.
Okay, teacher. You too. Bye.
Bye bye. Finish that. Don't forget to finish.